The story comes from Belgium and took place in 2020 during COVID confinements. I was 20 back then. At the time, because of the severity of the pandemic in Belgium, the law stated that you could only go out to practice sports or to work, so I took the habit of meeting with a friend to go out for runs and to practice all kinds of sports in general. Both of us were quite fond of urban exploration and knew a spot in the outskirts of Brussels, consisting of an old sports and wellness center where we took the habit to hang out after our runs. On that day, we had just finished a 5-kilometer run and went to our spot as usual. We were walking to the building since it was about to rain when we saw 2 teenagers sitting on the roof edge, and I remember thinking that it bothered me since we were planning to go to the roof as well. So we went to the hall area to wait for a bit in hopes that the people would leave. My friend, Soli, was rolling himself a cigarette whilst I was gathering 2 chairs and an office table for us to sit. This next part gives me chills to this day. As I finished setting everything up, I remember starting to feel unwell, as if I was being watched, and not in a good way. That's when I looked at the kitchen and saw, for a brief moment, a head sticking out of the door frame and staring right at us. It was a man. I couldn't say what age he was since he was all dirty, but the one thing I remember is that he had an exaggerated happy expression on his face, like he had just found exactly what he was looking for. At that moment, I just froze and was unable to react bravely to the situation. I leaned slowly towards Soli, all while I was keeping eye contact with the man, and told him very calmly that we had to go immediately. I tend to make lots of jokes to all my friends, and especially to Soli, but when he saw the look I had on my face when I told him that we had to leave, he didn't say a word, just took his backpack and stood up. We ran to the football pitch and saw that the 2 teenagers were still on the roof, so we started to yell at them, asking if the man was with them or if they saw him, but they answered that no, they hadn't seen anyone and had come by themselves, so if someone was there, he wasn't with them. We told them that it was probably better for them to leave as well, since we didn't know what the man in the lobby was up to. They told us they would be fine and they would leave a bit after. We decided to leave since we already told them what we saw, and we also already been out for very long, so it wasn't very legal with confinement rules. As we were walking towards the woods, I turned back, and I could swear I saw a silhouette standing in front of the staircase leading to the roof, but my mind didn't quite react, and I just left alongside with my friend. I was so shocked that I decided to not talk about it to anyone in fear of them not believing me or possibly making fun of me. My friend Soli is the only one who was there. He didn't take a look at the man, but he is as scared as me just by seeing my own reaction at the time. I don't know what happened to these teenagers. I found local articles and papers dating from the time about teenagers being chased by a crazy man in an abandoned building, but the information given was enough for me to be sure it was the same people and the same story.